Welcome back to Unscripted, where one conversation turns into way too many tangents. Tonight's episode is called The Couch Got Too Real, and trust me, it really did. We sat down thinking we'd just chill, and somehow it turned into one of those conversations you only have when you're a little too comfortable. Before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you these wild planned or unplanned, who knows, episodes every single week. Alright, let's get right into it.
Your way.
So we're definitely recording now. I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Yo, what's up? Welcome. We got 3 people in the room, as we usually do. Not always the room part. I think Chad had some leading prompts for us today.
I
So
just had some random thoughts.
some random thoughts,
Driving
rather.
down the road. So my first random thought as I was
Can't
driving,
read that.
and there's, I'm a doctor when it comes to handwriting.
I'm also a doctor.
Although that's not too bad.
Mind uses more energy due to today's
They're very quick
Driving
notes.
driving thing.
They're notes for me to connect the thought.
Driving's capped. Walk forever.
Okay. So
What?
we've got a few different ideas that we want to talk
Only
about
I
here.
understand my notes, man. Like,
Really, like, the sentence fell apart pretty
that's
fast.
because it ends there, and then it restarts
Due to
there.
today's driving.
Yep.
What does that mean, Chad?
He's obviously been doing a lot
Well-
of driving today, and he's just had a lot of time to think.
What I was thinking is, as I was driving down the road, there was a lot of different stimuli, like a construction worker down the road, a person walking their dog, a couple loud trucks and cars and lights and people crossing, and there was just so much stimuli, it wasn't funny. And so I had the thought of how much more brain power do we actually use, and how is that like turned into energy used compared to back in the day when we were more hunter-gatherer types.
Right, because
Our
of
brain has to process so much more stuff and react to so much more, things.
interesting thought. And I never
And
really
then
thought about that.
Does the more energy use and overstimulus that we have in just everyday life now lead to our higher depression and anxiety rate?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I just feel like, question. Why do you feel overstimulated when you look at shit driving down the road?
I wasn't necessarily overstimulated in that moment.
So what does being overstimulated mean?
it means that the mind being full of different, information.
But that's like something that's within this day and age, right? Has that always been a thing, like people getting overstimulated?
That's a great question too. I mean,
It kind of ties in as well.
It does, and that's why I brought it up. I was just like, so what does that actually mean? Are we always like,
I guess-
I think it depends
creatures
on
of
the
habit,
person.
and we don't like new things?
well, here's
Like,
another way
I
to think about
slaves
it.
were
Like,
very, very overstimulated because they were working 18 hours a day and
I think they just love getting whipped, bro. Work
before
harder
we go
for me,
down that
bro.
road.
Work harder for me.
like when it comes to the world that we have now, we've basically got multiple worlds, right? And before the technological sort of advancements that we now have, the ability to immerse oneself in those different worlds was limited to like mysticism and psychics and that kind of superstition side. Maybe it's more than just superstition though. But now we have all these like amazing curations of experience that are very intense and stimulating in that way. And they coexist all the time. Like,
100%.
we've got, I definitely relate to all these like responsibilities, obligations that sort of sit. And categorically, there's a myriad of different, worlds that I need to respond to in different ways and different roles and different identities that I need to play. And I suppose the simplicity of what used to be made that a very different emotional
I think
experience. for people.
technology comes into it massively as well because, even 100 years ago, you're only really associated with the people you were directly in contact with. Yes, everyone was a lot more friendly, so you could pretty much talk to
I mean,
anyone
I
you
could have
met.
I could have pigeoned you, bro.
You could have.
I could have, but I wasn't rich back then. I was
Pigeon?
Yeah,
Yeah, do you not know that?
I don't know what that's
pigeon
saying.
mail.
Pigeon mail.
What does that mean?
I could have flown a pigeon to you with a little thing. And
pigeoned? Is that the short slang of it?
That's just a
I'm gonna
that's
pigeon
just
my
a
friend.
Dylanized
Heard it
version
before,
of it, alright?
but I just got what he meant.
I think that's why you
It's
lost
just a
me.
Dylanized version of the same. It's pigeon mail, but it's just I like to mix
Messenger
things up.
bird.
Messenger bird, but all messenger birds pigeons.
No, we don't discriminate against other birds.
They
that
weren't
wanna-
always pigeons, were they?
No, they're doves.
You could
Yeah, I
send
thought
a
they were doves.
penguin. Penguins
Doves are
have more reach, tropical, but also
And
ice.
Or was that
Owls.
just from a movie?
And owls.
I swear the dove one's from a movie.
What about owls, bro? Fucking flying in through Hogwarts with a big broom, giving it to Harry Potter. He got his Nimbus 2000 or whatever it was called. Do you
The broom should have been made by Tesla, and it would have got there by itself.
Well, it technically did. It was the owl brought it there.
Well, that's not the broom.
Yeah, true. Question: have you watched Harry Potter recently?
Not recently, no.
When was the last time you watched it?
Probably I saw the film probably a year ago.
Okay.
I have no idea.
How many times have you watched it?
A lot.
I feel like I haven't seen all of them.
Do you reckon that there's minor differences every single time you watch it as you get older?
No.
I think you notice different things as you get older.
Yeah.
When you're young, you kind of glimpse over things that you don't understand fully. Your mind kind of does it automatically. But
And then
once
you
you
re-
understand those things,
And then
What
you
did you guys
realize-
notice?
And then
I'm
you
curious
realize that
to
they're
that.
not actually really the kids. They shouldn't be doing things or saying the things that they're saying realistically. And the retrospect of kids have to be good. They're not allowed to swear. They're not allowed to talk about dirty things. But some of
I guess I
the
relate to all
amount
that
of
because
dirty jokes hidden.
Yeah.
Wait, is there dirty jokes? in it?
yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
What?
in a lot of old movies.
We're talking Harry
and-
Potter.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Oh, I'm not sure about Harry Potter.
There is.
I haven't noticed any.
There-
What are you
there is a
talking
few,
about?
But
What?
You got to watch Meat Canyon's version of Harry Potter. He just takes the piss out of it.
I haven't noticed any of that stuff.
I think it's Meat Canyon, the one who does
Oh,
the
heck.
animated shorts. Have you watched those? He
I think
did
so.
one of XQC and fucking Mr. Beast, and they're like, "Hey, would you rather have a brand new heart or a brand new Tesla?" And the guy's laying in bed dying, and it's just like a whole animated thing, and he's just like, "Oh my god, am I in a Mr. Beast video? I really need a new heart, but can I have a Tesla?" And he's like, "Sure, here's your brand new Tesla. Here's your keys." And then
yeah, I have seen that.
and then he gets the keys and he just goes, "Mm," and then the alarms just go boop, boop, boop.
Okay, this seems pretty random.
That's a very dark thing, but it's absolutely hilarious. I love
You're
it.
bringing me back into existential thinking again.
I mean, you gotta think a little dark and a little light, and that's how
definitely
you
think a
become
little
neutral
already.
thinker, right?
Hmm.
Or maybe I'm just a bit twisted.
What is worth pursuing in life, Dylan?
I'm just wondering how we got from brain power and old times to Harry Potter.
That would be the random tangent generator over there, right?
Hey, who needs AGI when you got DGI?
The RTG.
Dylan generated information. Hey, we could have Fabian generated information, Chad generated information.
What do you think the themes would be if it was on this side of the leads? From your perspective, if I had to generate something random, where do you think it would sit categorically?
Philosophical.
Oh, yeah. And what about for Chad?
The sorting hat is choosing whether it's something prehistoric or
Prehistoric.
very botanistic.
Yeah, that one makes more sense.
I was about to say, you guys remember Charlie the Unicorn?
Yeah.
that's not-
The annoying
Yeah.
orange and all those kind of things.
I never really watched it. I found it uncomfortable.
So did I, but I
Oh,
watched
you wouldn't
it.
have watched Salad Fingers then.
Oh.
I remember they gave my sisters
I
nightmares.
love the feeling of rust.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, but how did we get from that kind of content to what we have today?
We were talking about multiple worlds and
no,
how
well,
technology
well,
and film, I
'cause
guess, came into it.
overstimulation, driving through roads and all that type of hoo-ha. Bloody.
No, I was just trying to say something random that wasn't about what he was categorizing down.
Ah,
I mean, we could talk about
Oh, what was my other one?
How lions eat hyenas.
Can I read it? So it's funny?
Oh,
All right, let's see.
Because it's my notes.
Yeah. Last day on Earth, 24 hours.
Oh, this is
Left
a
cool
good one.
ideas for community.
This is a good one.
Wait, is that what it says?
What is it?
Left cool ideas for community.
24 hours left.
Oh,
Ideas for community.
oh,
Yeah, my brain doesn't put apostrophes and stuff.
oh, right.
Okay,
It
so
doesn't
Fabian,
understand
commas,
grammar.
yeah.
Fabian, you start this off, man. Like, if you're
Oh, goodness me.
yeah, I feel like that'd be. Put your drink down, man.
Oh,
You
man.
can't drink and think.
Apparently not. Last day
never
on Earth,
can.
24 hours
I just
left.
drink, then I think when I wake up.
So the second part of your sentence here.
Well, that was where my mind wanted to focus it. So I was thinking, like, in my mind, last day on Earth, most people are like, these are the loved ones I'd grab, or this is what I'd steal, or
Phone on.
rob, or
Goodness
other
me.
things like that. But I was kind of thinking, wouldn't it be real cool if we all had like a doomsday idea that if, say, a meteorite was coming and we only had 24 hours or a week to live, that we could build these big or organise these big group functions
Purge.
for lots of people to go and
Purge.
celebrate life.
Holy moly.
And
Sounds
then the other
sounds
half
tremendous.
can purge in their own little organised groups.
Purge.
Oh man, thinking about that makes me think, holy crap, what am I doing with my days and weeks?
I feel like
Because it's so
That would be real
future
cool.
orientated. It would be cool, but it'd also
So
be
I think that
intense.
another Pukekohe Park community spotlight game would be awesome.
Oh man, it's been a
I'm
while.
actually wondering if there's a world record for that, and if we could organise it in New Plymouth to be a world record event,
Spotlight.
the biggest game of
I
Spotlight,
reckon that would be quite
and do it
enjoyable.
all through Pukekohe
We could
Park.
live stream it, like the people who.
Or Pukeiti, or Hollard, or Tupari.
Pukekohe
We've got so
Park's
many
good.
good
Like the
massive
people-
gardens that we can do this
the
kind
people
of
that are
thing.
like the finders, they have to be wearing like a body
So wait,
cam or
is
something
that
and,
is
like-
that what you would
live
do
stream.
if you had one day left on the planet?
No, I'd purge.
No,
you
that
would.
kind of
You
just
would
went from
what?
community
I'd purge.
groups.
Wait.
I'd purge.
Can you tell us about that? Because that sounds quite
Okay, who would you
disconcerting.
purge?
What?
Anyone that I didn't love.
You would make your last 24 hours about causing harm to other people.
Yeah, because I can never do it. I'm not allowed to do it. It's not normal.
No
Right?
consequences. So
No consequences,
some people's
right.
mind do go to violence. That's why I said some people would go rob a helicopter and fly to this place, or a plane, or go for the jewelry or drugs or whatever. There's no
Holy crap.
consequences because you're going to
So
die.
the
in 24
anarchy is
hours.
because of you. I don't
Why do
have
you
that
think they
intention.
make movies like that? Because there are people like me that just want to cause havoc.
Oh, jeez.
But,
all right.
we have a guilty conscience. Like, I have a very deep guilty conscience, so I don't like hurting people. But if there was no repercussions from hurting people, I'd just go do it.
I guess this depends on
So then
like
it's the repercussions, not the actual you not wanting or wouldn't do that.
No.
You would. It's just that you go to jail right now for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my guilty conscience. It's very
I
selfish.
think
Is
most
that even-
people
It's very
would,
selfish and like very, very
all
pessimistic.
right, hold on. So
But-
is that even guilt at that point? That's just tactical.
Yeah, it is.
Holy moly. Okay. Chad, what about yourself?
It's very psychotic, I may add.
It's definitely a little bit different from my thinking, to say the least.
Ideally, I was thinking initially that it'd be good to, because I've got quite a close knit, direct family. So it'd be call them round to one location and hang out for the last 24 hours. And then that's when I went to the community and went, hey, wouldn't it actually be cool if we got everyone to do that? So instead of having, highways blocked and everyone spending their last 24 hours in gridlock stressing about how to get to where they're going and see these people and all that kind of stuff, what if everyone from New Plymouth gathered
And then
somewhere
Dylan turns
or in
up
different areas?
and starts causing harm to everyone. That would be a terrible last 24
Well,
hours.
if everyone's together, then there'd be enough people to overpower the ones that are causing violence in certain scenarios. But still,
God,
I
that's
just reckon
terrible.
that would be a really cool way to end.
There's
last
a lot of
24
ways.
hours.
I agree with that. Having that like deep, present,
Have
conscious,
a big
heart to
festival,
heart.
essentially.
Yeah, I like that. Yes, yeah. I don't have a better thought than what you've suggested. I think that would be really great. Just to
What would your initial thought be without
heck.
outside information like the purge or community events?
Hell, yeah, definitely staying away from that one.
Good. That's my
Like there could be something on your bucket list that you've just always wanted to do, and you're like, that's why I said like steal a helicopter or something. You could just really want to go skydiving, and that's something you've always
This
wanted
is
to do.
definitely
So,
Robert
like,
something that
I'm gonna go
clarifies
steal a
things.
small plane, try fly it, because if I die, who cares? I'm dead anyway, and jump out of it with some random parachute I've picked up. And
See, imagine the amount of fun you
like,
could have
okay,
purging.
for contrast, my cousin, who I used to hang out with quite a bit, was real into conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And so his idea, if a world-ending event happened, is apparently one of my uncles was hiking through the bush one day and found New Zealand's pyramid. Apparently every big landmass on Earth has a pyramid.
Wow. Where is this pyramid?
Well, apparently it's guarded by military fences in the middle of dense bush in New Zealand, somewhere in the North Island.
Whoa.
Okay. But there's
Does it have to
apparently
be in
one
the
on the
centre?
South Island too, because it's a big land, like there's one on each landmass.
Whoa.
What about Stuart Island?
I'm not sure if that's big enough though, because he had certain specifications on like how big the landmass had to be and all that kind of stuff. Like he was real into it. But he was going to go steal a helicopter, and okay, so the uncle
Like
who
he was literally
apparently-
planning this.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, this was his
Okay.
plan. He told me it probably 10 to 12 times over
Oh,
different
wow.
periods. Like he was on drugs at the time too, so bear that in mind. But my uncle, who apparently saw this pyramid at this time, had grown extremely overweight. Like could barely fit in a car and drive himself. It got to the point where he couldn't drive. He had to use crutches to walk around. Like he would. Yeah, he was a big dude. Like fell through the roof when he somehow got up, and yeah. So his plan was to go steal a helicopter, take it to my uncle's place, airlift him with the helicopter, and get him to point out where the pyramid was. Get into the pyramid, and at that time he believed in the inner earth.
Ah, yes.
So he was going to go to this pyramid, and apparently they lead right the way down through our crust essentially to the inner earth. So if you haven't seen the movie As Above, So Below, it's about when people go so far into the catacombs of Paris that they end up coming up through the sewer of another world.
Wow.
It's like a horror. So they're like have no choice but to keep going down and all this. It's quite a good movie.
Oh, I want to see that now.
But yeah, so he thought that he'd get to the pyramid, go straight down, come up the other side, and be okay in the inner earth.
I to sort of like reel back, like I had an answer for this that came to mind, and I think it's quite a cool answer, but it feels conflicting as well.
Cool.
And
Say it.
24
Who
hours
cares
of
if it's
masturbation.
conflicting? Cool. Just say it. I said that I was
Well-
going to go purge motherfuckers, right? You know, that's pretty conflicting. Don't you agree?
I don't know. It sounds like it's not for you, but I guess for me, like something that really comes to me is that I'd actually want to see people that I had to put distance between myself and them because of the harm that was coming, at least from my perspective. And for my decisions, it was the harm that it was doing in my life, being around them. And I actually want to like express positives and gratitude and love and appreciation and give them that value and acknowledgement. Like that's something that really speaks to me, is just being able to, because I know for people like, you know, that are close to me already, they already have a sense of the appreciation I have for them in my life, and it would be wonderful to share a good part of that
even
last
for a
day
brief
with
moment,
them.
right? Even
But
for a brief moment.
There's a lot of, like, I feel, and maybe it's over empathy, sort of compensation thinking, rationalization, but I feel like a lot of those people that I've encountered that have done not the best things, in my view, with my values, a lot of it comes from, you know, their own conflicts and hurt and cause and effect of things in their life, among other things, but that's just my biased thinking. And so I'd really want to just throw positivity and appreciation and
That's so
gratitude
cool.
towards it. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like you two are on a very similar path. Don't you feel like we should get the
Well,
audience
I
involved
kind
in
of-
this as well? Like,
I've always related to Chad on a very high
leave a
level
comment
and
down
stuff.
in the comment section and see, like, let us know what you guys agree with, and then if you agree with like the purge, something community driven, some like catching up with people that you haven't stayed in contact with, or
it's more about like giving a sense of okayness to those types of people. Like, you know, even though in context of, yes, you weren't the best person for me in these ways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go about saying that, but I'd say, you know, it was really great sharing these moments of time with you, or I really appreciated
Like almost
how you dedicated friendship to me in this period of time. You know,
I'd clarify
I've
it
got
as
reminiscing.
it's not reminiscing.
I'd classify it as reconnecting with people who you've let go in life due to personal differences.
Personal growth.
Or different, personal
like,
growth, different views,
they were
differing paths.
They still
Do you
made
know what,
amazing impacts on my life in the
I
particular
know exactly
ways.
what you're talking about. 'Cause
I
I've
feel
got a
like
few
I'd find that
friends-
so hard, right? Because like you got that one day left.
I'm not saying I spend my whole day doing it, but like
but,
there's
like,
a
not
draw.
That, but then
Well,
once that
I
world
thought of
ends,
that
then
kind
all
of
of a
thing
sudden,
initially
like, oh, fuck,
as
that
well,
was-
like with, you know, connecting with family
Would
and
you not be
stuff like
filled with
that. Like,
regret?
not all of us are real close. But the like actual real world implications of that is the chance you're going to find someone who's also panicking that it's the end of the world and trying to find other people.
Yeah.
You know, the chance of you actually connecting with anyone you want to connect with is very, very slim in that world, especially
Okay.
since everyone's doing it, roads are packed and all that. So I kind of went more realistic.
Yeah,
But I
no,
can
agree
understand
with
that because, like, there's a few friends who I've disconnected with, and, you know, I was the dick in the situation, but I'd like to go back if it was, you know, if I had the chance and given the opportunity to reconnect with them and say, hey, I actually really did appreciate everything you did, and I'm sorry it ended that way, and just, you know, have that little bit of connection, even though you know it's not, you know, going to last a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel from like a empathetic sort of side. It's like I don't know.
Okay.
They have that wanting to bring others up, I guess.
No,
I don't know. Maybe it's the
nice.
poor boundaries or something.
I just came up with like a great idea. So now with that whole day's done, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the afterlife.
The
Okay.
aftermath. Not everyone died. The world ended, but there's a small select few people, and we happen to so be the last few remaining.
How many is like you talking just this room?
Throughout the whole entire world, there's only roughly 1,000 people left.
We need
And
more details though. Like, what
like,
is the
State.
state of the earth
So
and
it's
infrastructure
nuclear
and stuff like
fallout
that?
and all that.
Oh,
So
that sounds terrible.
huge nuclear war. That's what caused the end of the world.
I'd be trying to grow some fucking food.
Yeah.
I'm
Otherwise,
glad
you
we
only
got
gotta,
Chad
you
around.
only got to wait.
That's the case.
You only got to wait.
Let me go
anyway,
and make
really,
some
but
software
I'd
so we can
find
get some
food.
plants for food.
And
And
then,
then work on regeneration.
so I feel like I would be fulfilled to a point, but then I would have like this feeling of deep, oh no, I really shouldn't have gone and hurt people, man. Because now I have to go rebuild the population.
True.
Yeah, I don't
know
think
it's
anyone's going to
deep.
rebuild with you if you killed half
Exactly, right? And then like
Okay, so
here's,
what-
here's you guys
what
like
the
going out
hell?
and connecting with people, and I'm just like, I don't like you guys.
Now, so
Right?
following Clary's point, what if
of them. Oh dear.
you say reconnected with all of these people that you feel like aren't on the same path as you at the moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if all of those people were in the ones that were alive, and you then had to deal with them
Yeah,
going forward?
yeah.
I have no idea. I mean, yeah, life's so interesting, man. I think about particular times where I did put distance between myself and particular people, and then years go by and an opportunity to connect comes again, and there's actually this amazing, Phoenix moment of new adventures, new moments, new opportunities, and it's quite astounding. And in fairness, though, like let's say transgressions were relatively minor, and so it's not, it's not a huge barrier, but it's just fascinating to me how things evolve. And so I have no idea. I mean, I think ultimately it depends on the ability to meet others halfway, which is obviously not something you can do in your entirety. I'd like to think I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Perhaps not, but as far as I can tell, I think I do a reasonable job. And so it just depends on the balance of it. I guess the hard part in all that would be trust. Because the examples in my mind, they're like the issue is, and maybe universally, the issue is trust. It's where you put power or faith into someone and you give them some sense of authority or effect over you through what you place into them, where that's then obviously mishandled and mistreated, or in more direct words, abused. Coming away from that and seeing a new path form is something that I love the idea of, and I love like holding space for, but it is hard to realistically believe.
No.
Like, there's this sayings, and I don't know, sayings are sayings, but they stick for a reason. And one of them is that like leopards don't change their spots. And I think there's a lot of truth to it, which also I dislike quite massively, because I don't know. I really, really love the idea of change and evolution, transformation, transcendence, becoming, evolving, connecting with, deeper things that I would like to think build greater harmony. But not everyone is genuinely motivated towards those aims. And so I think that's kind of like the fence that gets built, is that you're either motivated towards those aims of wanting to be a more, purified individual in regard to authenticity and what you represent, what you stand for, and obviously what you communicate and deliver. And then there's those that are less inclined towards that value and are more interested in other values, which are, let's say, more superficial and external from self, from character and virtue and quality at that level. And as a result, character and virtue and quality at that level becomes the compromise along the path towards getting these external things. It's just interesting. It's really interesting. And so I guess, like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Would you try and help them?
Well, that's the other thing. Like,
or would you just continue on your own path? And if you cross paths again, you'll just be a bit friendlier towards them.
Let me simplify the perspective on that sort of, like, it's a good elaboration opportunity, is that I always thought, yes, you can help people, you can help anyone, you can always make a positive effect, and I do hold that to a level.
You can only lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink.
Yeah, if someone doesn't have the same motivational trajectory and they don't have the same mindset in terms of where they want to end up from A to B, the direction's going to go opposite, and there's opposition. And so what you put into that relationship is going to be counteracted by what they want out of that relationship, that experience, that partnership, whatever. And so, it really is a foolish idea to try outwardly to help people with this, let's say, agenda of control. Not that I want to be controlling, but I mean by the sense of you want to have a particular outcome come of your help, let's say. And so, like, I might help you with the expectation that your business will have a business culture of this, and will have tech implementations that look like that. But if I choose to help you, you're going to have your own motivations, and you might be more, paper-based with your management, and more, whatever the case be. And so, separating yourself from agenda and control with help means that you don't actually need to necessarily go forward and do anything, because it is about a balance.
I feel like, realistically, if people really want your help and they're reaching out to you and they are on the same wavelength as you,
yes,
the ones that aren't on the same wavelength as you, the reason why they're no longer in your life is a very good reason.
Yes,
and don't go reaching out to them. Don't. Like, this is just for me. I personally wouldn't go reach out to the people that I no longer have anything to do with. Although, in the sense of the scenario, you want to rekindle, and like,
it's not necessarily about rekindle. It's just about
closure. Yeah,
I suppose. I don't know. I guess, like, the sincere reality of it is that I care. I do care. And although being distant, although being separate, I still care about those people.
Yeah.
And so it's about acknowledging that care. I think it's about saying, I've been away for these reasons, obviously, but they won't see it as obviously because, we all have different frames of life in terms of perspective, what we see and what stands out in terms of the highlighting of values.
Yes.
But yeah, it's honestly about acknowledging what seems to be the unspoken. I appreciate you as a human being, as a spirit, as a soul for these reasons. Well, not even reasons, just acknowledging that element, I suppose. It's sort of like balancing the scales.
So if you could elaborate what you have just said into a few short words.
Okay, simplify a lot, less academic language.
No, it's not only that, because I feel like that could give you more clarification around your whole point.
I hear.
Do you agree, Chad?
All I'm thinking right now is this looks just like a therapist's office. Fabian is just an existential dread right now, and you're helping him talk through it.
All right, hold on.
Let's do the therapy like this.
Okay.
Gollum style.
I'd like to answer that question. So, for me, a motivation that comes to mind if there's 24 hours left to do anything at all is that I want to honor, respect, and acknowledge the people that were part of my life. And I'm especially drawn to showcasing that to those that haven't had a presence in my life for quite some time, because I still hold appreciation and care for those people, although I haven't had necessarily an appropriate opportunity across recent times to show that, if that makes sense.
So, no, short and the whole thing. The 3 words.
3 words.
3 words.
Honor the past, I suppose. Something like that with
Honor
people.
the past. Those
Something
are
like
the
that.
3 words you're choosing.
Well, I have to choose 3 words, and that needs to make sense, and that came to me first. Yeah,
Honor the
I guess.
past, remember the future.
Yeah, I guess it's like an acknowledgement of how we.
How are you going to remember the future?
I didn't say that.
No, I said
but like, we transcend ourselves continuously.
Yeah.
In different moments of time, we have different attributes that allow us to experience the world at different levels of resolution, with different palettes of the color of it all.
Yeah.
And although I am this version of self here and now, I was a version of, let's say, Fabian 3 years ago, 1 year ago, 10 years ago.
You were younger.
And that version of me had, perspective, values, appreciations, whatever,
And they've grown.
that I want to acknowledge at this present time.
Okay.
So it's honoring the past in that way is, something like
It's
that.
pretty deep, man. It's pretty deep. Pretty deep.
It makes
So
me
maybe you need to
contemplate.
tie up your hair again. Go Yogi Master, Fabian.
Yogi Master.
All right.
I do wonder though, like on a critical, like devil's advocate, I'm inviting perspective. Is this a boundaries like letting go problem? Like
For you,
yeah. Like is that because I
do
don't
you
know.
have boundaries?
I mean
Have you
everyone does.
Have
but
you identified your boundaries?
I've identified definitely the holes and
How does it make you feel?
When you get fingered up the bum.
that sounds awful.
So there's a boundary, and I have that same boundary.
I'd like to actually come back a couple steps. Like there's
Finger
definitely
in the ears.
No, like there's definitely people in the past that I did try to help and I had in my life that didn't have, let's say, the same magnitude of positive effect and relational connection
I feel a lot of
that I
people
don't
have-
feel drawn
I
towards.
feel a lot of people in this world have people like that in their life. And that's the great thing about having such a vast community of people that we have access to now. That there's always going to be a plethora of people that we can connect with and engage in certain conversations like this. Not only in a group setting, one-on-one settings. And I feel like honor the past. Perfect. Remember, the past has got you to where you are today, right?
Yep.
So remember the past, honor the future. honor the future in ways that you can keep on following the way you want to live for anyone.
Man, it's such an interesting thing, isn't it? Because is identity even real, Chad? Like,
Ask the therapist.
oh,
we're already talking about the Matrix. Did you forget that topic?
I did definitely
was
forget
3
that
steps
topic.
back.
That's for sure.
That was 3 conversations ago.
Well, I guess.
You're talking about the Matrix?
All right, let's not jump too fast and too quickly.
So maybe that was just inside of my head, and I was talking to the guy over there. Can you see him, or is it just me? That short little white, yellow,
just you
looking guy.
But
okay.
Yeah, when it comes to, like, as you said, you know, there's this amazing community of people that can be engaged with, because obviously it's a very let's say available world today in terms of you can somewhat access anyone near enough. Although there's the stark sort of difference with being able to have those connections flourish in any way. It seems to be a high and energy intensive sort of task.
What do you think, like, Chad? What?
Like, it's very organic.
What do you think?
It's an organic process.
About this whole ordeal that we've been talking about.
I'm just thinking the one conversation got us to Harry Potter, and then the next conversation got us all the fucking way on a different spectrum, mate.
Perfect.
To be fair, I'm enjoying the themes.
That's why we don't need. That's why we don't need structures, man. That's great.
But yeah, coming back to that previous point, right? Like,
what one? Harry Potter.
There's a lot of people who you can now engage with in the modern time because of accessibility, but for those engagements, those connections to actually flourish into meaningful friendships, it's energy intensive and quite hard. And what I'm sort of trying to acknowledge through that is that a lot of genuine connection, at least from my sense of experience, it's a very organic process that is beyond self to some way, if that makes sense. Like, you don't say, that person over there is going to be my best friend and we're going to end up going on trips.
So you do see the short little yellow guy.
It was I'm playing the part.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you don't just decide, choose, and it evolves. It becomes. It's an emergent experience.
Yeah.
It happens as a result of lots of different variables.
That's life.
It is, and I'm wondering, like, what are some of the components of building connection in regard to, if you want to have
trust, respect, rapport.
Definitely, but those are important, but they're not
those building blocks.
I don't think they're the main.
Hey mate, can
thing.
I buy you a drink?
I think the main thing is presence, like actually being available, actually being there in person. Like, for example,
it is, and it
I definitely feel like Chad and I, the friendship was massively facilitated by being able to share time.
Yeah.
And work environments helped with that, where we could actually dig a little deeper and understand one another's mindset and the journey, and have an appreciation for and go beyond that into prospecting of, like, if this wasn't your situation, how would you go about it? And actually understanding there's a lot of
I feel like
alignments.
That's a great segue. Like, just to realize that I forgot everything that you just said.
It's essentially like, connection is a reasonably acknowledged problem of the modern day.
Yeah.
Where people find it challenging. And the challenge obviously relates to that theme of presence, because there's a lack of presence. Mobile phones are accepted as being something that will be part of a conversation, in between one another as you have a conversation. And so there's a lack of intentionality that comes with that conversation. And so you don't have those touch points of actually understanding people around you.
People have conversations just by sending each other reels or shorts now.
Some do.
I know. I've got a few conversations
I
where
definitely
I just
don't.
have reels sent to a few of my mates, and I'm like, yeah, but that's when we catch up. We catch up like normal people.
But yeah,
We don't just sit there and send reels to each other in the same room. Unless we've had enough of each other's energy and we go sit on the other sides of the room and just start sending each other reels. And I don't actually do that. It's just like I think that's what most kids do.
I have no idea. But something I wanted to I'll throw this to you guys, is that when it comes to connection, there's obviously different avenues, right? So like there's the mental, intellectual, there's the emotional, there's like the physical.
Business.
If you're on a sports team, that's a different type of connection, and there's a different feel to that,
Work and
different
business.
set of qualities to that, what do you guys think or feel about different avenues of connection and some of the strengths and benefits of the different ones that you've built friendships through and from?
I tend, for me personally, I don't know if this is the same for, I might be the same for quite a vast amount of people. I tend to build friendships with people that I trust, people that I can actually grow in life with, level up. I don't want to be stuck down here. I don't want to be with friends that are constantly going to be able to bring me down. And I will then do the same to them. I will uplift them, help them get to where they want to be. If they're struggling spiritually, emotionally, I want to be able to be that friend that people can just come to and talk to and just be able to lift one another up rather than tear each other down. Yeah, I joke and I have a lot of fun with the way I speak with people and speak to my friends, but realistically, I never mean anything to degrade anyone. And if I feel one of my mates are actually taking it the wrong way, I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry if I did mean or offend you. I don't mean to, and I just want you to know that I do believe that you are going to, be better than what you think you are. And I don't know, just something to lighten the fucking mood. But me, I don't like being around people that are lazy. I don't mind if you're lazy in your own time, like this. If you're what you could be considered a bum, because coming from my own experience, when I was lazy, doing nothing, I was like, why do people want to be around me? I don't understand it. But then I kind of understood it at the same time, because I was very, very, just have this. I was very much a giver, but I didn't have much to give. But I had a lot to give to the wrong people. Hey. And you? Does that sum up your question?
It does. Sorry, some of the things actually spurred some reflective thinking, and it's put me in a mental memory, which I don't like. So
yeah, I took the question a different way and thought he was asking more what social connections now make.
All right, let me.
I was going to say,
I think I did now and then.
I quite struggle as an adult to form close, intimate friends compared to back in high school or, when in more of a social environment.
Indeed.
I find now, even if I connect with people in public, you don't normally get details and become good friends later. It's just not as common these days, and it's kind of seemed a bit weird if you are that person who's like, hey, what's your number? I'd love to catch up for a coffee or sometime. It's like, hey bro, I've just met you, fuck.
Yes.
So
my argument.
I'm very accustomed to doing that because of the whole hip group Amway thing. That's what they taught us to do. Within the first contact with people, you get their phone number, you get their name, you just sit down and have a conversation with them. And I was like, for me, that was always so weird. But
yeah, the Instagram
nowadays it's pretty normal for me. If I actually have a great connection with someone, I know that it's hard for you, but if I have a great connection with someone out in the field, and it's going to benefit me to be benefited, and it's going to benefit them for us to be connected.
Yeah, that's a bit different because that's more talking on a business sense than
No,
a social
not
sense.
Not only that. If we actually not just benefit, the benefits aren't just business based. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about general.
It seems
general
more like a business relationship than a social relationship.
I admit, I definitely don't have many if any, memories of social relationships where I met someone and got their details and became friends later.
I have. I've got quite a couple.
See, most of mine are through people I already know.
That
So,
definitely
like
helps.
yourself, I met through Liam.
Mm.
Yourself, I met through your cousin.
Yes, yeah, and
Jesse.
Bobby actually got me to apply for that role at
And
the time.
Bobby, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, you should apply for this. I was like, yes, all right.
But you know, it's other people that, like you said, I trust and respect, who then said, hey, this person's pretty great, and I've gone, all right, I'll give them a shot.
The referral
I think you
method.
didn't really. We kind of got forced onto each other because Fee was friends with Anna, and then you came out with her to the coast, and we just.
Well, I was more friends with Liam and Anna, but yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking know the whole dynamic, but I just remember those two girls were friends, and
Yeah.
you were friends with Liam
It
and
was
Anna.
more drugs that brought us together.
You're not wrong. But I don't
Yeah,
want
definitely
everything to
don't
be
do-
related
But
around drugs now. You know?
like Fabian said with the Phoenix, we didn't
The
stop being
Phoenix?
friends as far as I knew, but we definitely lost contact for a few years.
The Phoenix.
And then we kind of rekindled that friendship later on.
Oh,
As in the
with you.
rebirth.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm like, the Phoenix. Isn't that like a football club?
It's a mythology
Yeah, but there's also a football club called Phoenix, isn't it?
based on mythology.
Isn't it like Grassology?
What? Anyway, yeah, it was just like sort of a reflection and an acknowledgement of, why connection, or not why, but like what actually facilitates connection. And I think one of the largest like elements or qualities of, facilitation is actually that presence and touch points. And so, if you see someone on a regular enough basis, you have the opportunity to connect enough of, different interests and values, etc., where it brings you together in a natural sort of way because you think, well, just, I don't know, it just creates like a familiarity where if you have a question or a thought or an idea, you know who to go to about that thought, idea, question.
I've got a different take on that whole connection thing. So we're both single, right?
Yes.
You're not, unfortunately. So
I don't know if that's
you feel free to
unfortunate.
answer. Feel free to answer. So, if you were just out and about and you sat down to have like a coffee, a meal,
Yes.
and you're seeing a girl sitting alone, clearly single.
Clearly single.
Clearly single.
What defines clearly single? Because I have no idea what's clearly single.
Oh,
I don't think anything's clearly single.
I don't know. You make an observation, then you. Say
Okay,
something.
if I know, yep, go on.
If you know, like clearly you know, right? Then are you going to go up there? Like, if you fancy her, you're going to go up there and start a conversation, or are you just going to walk away?
Well, for me, like, actually, I guess it depends. It
Because
depends
it's
on
not
like.
business related. You're trying to form a relationship with this girl you don't know.
It depends on the
You want to
atmosphere.
see
Like,
if like you're
approachability is definitely one of the things, right? Like,
No,
if
fuck approachability.
it is
Just
for me,
go do it, man. Like you
if
fancy
someone's
her, go
like
do it.
looking like they're in a bad mood and they're not happy or they're upset or
But
something.
how can you tell that they're in a bad mood just because they have that expression on
A
their
fair
face?
point.
You know, I constantly look like this throughout the day.
Well, that's neutral. That's
That was like
playful.
taking a shit.
But like,
This is me all day. I'm like, oh man, I just want to fucking finish this day. I want to go home. Oh, fuck this.
Focusing on the hemorrhoids, eh?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it just depends on the situation, I suppose.
No, it doesn't. You just go do it. You don't even think about the situation.
I think that might be the difference between you and I.
What's the situation?
No situation.
depends.
You just go talk to this girl. You either get a yes or a no. Then you sit back down. She might come over with you. If she says yes, she might sit over there and say no. But at the end of the day, you go and do the same thing with a dude. You're not asking them out.
Don't do that.
No, not like in a relationship aspect. You're not fancying him, but he's alone, and you know he looks disgruntled. Maybe he wants some.
I do like
connection.
the don't ask, don't know approach. Like, have you heard of the people more in America? But I have seen it done in New Zealand where they'll go into, whatever shop, and they'll go to multiple shops throughout the town and go, hey, any discounts?
Yeah, right.
I always
Can't you give me $10 off? Can't you do
Yes.
this? And most shops they went into, they gave a discount just because they asked them friendly enough, and so you never actually know until you ask. And what's the worst thing they can say is no, and then you're left exactly where you started.
That is true. You are left where you started. But it doesn't feel that way, does it?
No,
thinking about all the cold calls I did last week.
You do get like this sudden feel of like the rejection. It does hurt.
Well, it's because most people
But then you
tie
get
their
used to that
self-worth
rejection
to...
over and over and over. That rejection, it's just life. Everything is to do with life.
Well, most people put their self-worth to how other people react or interact with them. So being met with rejection does cause some emotional harm. But in reality, like, if you think about it purely logically,
Imagine how many
you're
Unos
left no worse than you started. And if anything, if you started in that one, you're going to be a little bit more clearer next time and work on not stuttering until the point where you're okay. Just like starting a new job, like say, as you have done, at first you're real anxious, real nervous.
Oh, yeah,
you're
definitely
not really,
remember.
You're stumbling, you know, if you've got to talk to customers, say you're mumbling, you're sputtering over your words because you're all up in your own head, and then eventually over a week or two you start getting more confident, you talk to them clearly, you are better picking up trays or doing anything, or so it's similar with social interactions and say asking people out.
So with all this being obviously legit, let's say, there's still the reality that a lot of people find that as a barrier, right?
100%. A lot of people will find the certain scenarios as a barrier, but all I can say to those people, if you're one of those people, just fucking do it. Who cares?
Well,
like,
I think a lot of people are stuck
get emotional, start crying, do it in the middle of public, be yourself.
I like the message. What were you going to say, Chad?
I think a lot of people in today's society are stuck in the unlimited potential. So they're brought up on movies that dictate true love and love at first sight and all of these kind of things. And so they start thinking that that is actually how the world works and looking for those things in their perfect match and stuff like that. Whereas I more see love now as your choice to continue living and working with that person to get through life.
Yeah, that's genuinely
That's pretty much it for like working class people.
Yeah, so in that framework,
Working class
you
people.
could go
It
to,
is, man.
Say your cafe, you could go to any girl that you find at said cafe or club or whatever, and theoretically make a really good life with them.
No, 100%.
It's just you've got to be willing to actually work with that person to do it. And if you think that your soulmate's going to like to do everything you do and all this kind of stuff, that's not how real life works.
No, it's not.
And
Definitely
you've got
not.
different social groups and different lives completely. You've got to be able to work with each other and choose to continue working on it.
So
where do you draw the lines?
hold on. So when your significant other actually likes everything you do and wants to do everything you do, like the perfect fairy tale setting, right? Do you trust it?
I would.
I
Haven't
do not.
had it happen.
I will never trust it. For me, I believe it shows signs that they're trying to win me over because they're doing something with a nefarious motive.
I don't know about nefarious. Like,
so you see it more as manipulative than them being themselves and actually liking those things.
If they actually did that stuff beforehand, it's a different story. But if they didn't do that stuff beforehand and they're trying to change the narrative of their story, but they already had a story beforehand and they're just doing the things that I'm doing, I'm like, I don't fully trust it.
So the way that I sort of like view this is, if I love soccer and they love tennis, I'm not going to expect that they quit tennis and play soccer.
Exactly.
But if they come and play a few games of soccer and I go play a few games of tennis, I think that's just amazing, right? Like that seems like the best outcome to me. You know,
Yeah, but
that
you
willingness to
also
engage.
do not have to
I'm not saying it's a have to.
go and join in with their sport. You
Oh,
can
no.
just support them in their sport.
Oh, definitely. But like, I don't think it's
if it's
nefarious.
like a fun game, if it's like a friendly game, that's. But those things aren't exactly what I'm talking about.
Right. You're talking about putting up a false sense of who you are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course that's terrible. But
like, say if I really enjoy fishing, and they want to come and learn how to fish, I can teach them what I know, but I'm not the best fisherman. I just enjoy it. But if they just want to do it, like, because I do it, I just don't trust it. I don't know. There's like, I've got a very 50-50 split mind.
well, if they actually enjoy it as well, then that's fine, right?
Yeah. But then as soon as I find out that they're stuck in another... sorry. We'll go into a different topic.
You're talking about a different topic, mate.
Yeah.
I have no idea
I'm just thinking
what you're saying.
I'm just thinking of something that happened to me personally.
Is this the opposite therapist? Are you the therapist?
I don't want to be anyone's therapist.
Swap chairs, boys.
I'd
Swap
rather
chairs, please.
not do that right now. But yeah, where do you draw the line? Because obviously there are things that wear on anyone, right? So for example, if I kept elbowing you in the ribs, I'm sure a lot of my great qualities would obviously start to diminish in the reality of that constant harassment.
That's in the heat of the moment.
If I did that every time we hung out. And so, yeah, how do you go about like balancing all that?
Well, in that scenario, I would make the choice to sit not next to you.
Yeah, but like, I'm just trying to like example like
Just like if I
Well, for me, it's when the effort is not reciprocated. So if you're putting a lot of effort into, like because
listening,
love
understanding,
and
compromising.
relationships takes a lot of work, and if you're putting more sacrifice in or more work towards the relationship on a massive scale compared to the other, then it's kind of time to quit, But if you're both still actively trying to build,
Yes.
then But if you're not both actively trying and one of you is kind of just gliding through,
Man, I guess that's like, oh man, I'm losing my voice, Chad. Is that like when it comes to trying, everyone values different things, obviously. And so what looks like trying to one might not look like trying to another.
Yeah, but that's when communication, which is needed in any good relationship, comes into play. So you talk through what you're trying to do, and then you understand the intentions behind it, and then normally you're not as angry if they are actually true
I hear.
good intentions
I guess
to build your relationship.
I'm filtering all
and
this
if they're
through.
not,
Yeah.
then you're going to know.
Yeah, I think I'm filtering all this through like past experiences and trying to rationalize
I think Dylan was
a neutral sort of like.
This has turned into a very emotional episode.
Yeah, it's just like
I've just kind of been sitting here watching it unfold. But
yeah, I like.
Clary almost pulled me in.
Oh, yeah, it's just interesting, like, yeah, I don't know, just being able to look at things objectively and say, oh, it was like this and this. Yeah, it's just interesting because it depends where you draw the line. Is that water? Is it?
Cheers.
There's water.
Thank you for the water. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's Bruce Lee's favourite drink.
Cheers. To that. Ah, dear, that's not what I was expecting. But
That is, now that I've said that, that is an extremely racist joke. Probably should not say that in this day and age.
Why?
More the accent. Yeah. It was the way I said it, not what was said,
There's something wrong.
But then kind of the inference behind it is pretty racist as well.
What do Asian kids call it?
Okay, let's not go. See you later, guys.
Something wrong. Is that it?
Yep, that's an hour.
All good.
thanks for watching this episode of Unscripted. Please like and subscribe. and Chad will chug another glass of water live for you next time. Don't worry, he didn't actually do it. I just thought it'd be fun to say. See ya!
Ladders. All right.
I feel like
That wraps up this episode of Unscripted. The couch got too real. What started as a chill conversation turned into one of the most unexpectedly real couch talks we've had so far. If you vibed with it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you in the next one. Let's go!